Alright, fight fans, this is my reaction video to UFC Macau this past weekend. And I admit, I couldn't have been more wrong in my pre-fight predictions. And I really learned that I have to trust my own tape study and breakdown instead of relying too much on outside of the cage X factors. And I knew the local Chinese fighters have a lot of tough matchups going in, but I was expecting a more even result, with some wins and some losses. But it was actually 5 losses and 1 no contest heading into the main event. And finally, Song Yadong was able to submit Figgy in the second round with Team Alpha Male's trademark guillotine, and finally give the Macau crowd something to cheer for and celebrate. It was a great win for Song. He hasn't fought in China for 8 years, so this was his first main event in China. All the pressure was on him, and he really handled the pressure well. He kept calm, he was enjoying the walkout, he was patient in the first round to see what Figgy would give him, and then he started opening up with strikes and kick in the second round. And when Figgy took a bad shot, he locked in the guillotine, and he adjusted well and submitted him. This was a very impressive win for Song. Because in my prediction video, I had Song winning the fight by unanimous decision, because I just think Figgy is too smart and too experienced to be finished. But Song really showed his improvement, and that he has more tools in his arsenal, submitting Figgy with the guillotine. It was a very impressive win and a star-making performance in his hometown. Song has almost fought everyone in the top 5 except one man, so I think the best next fight for Song Yadong is against Umar Nurmagomedov, and the winner should be in line for the next title shot, after the winner between Sean O'Malley and Ayman Zahabi at UFC White House. And next, in the co-main event, Alonzo Manningfield defeated Zhang Mingyang. Alonzo definitely proved me wrong. I was very impressed with his performance. He was able to turn back the clock. And what's most impressive was his strategy. He decided to go out and fought Zhang Mingyang instead of stalling him or trying to wrestle him. But also he was smart with his approach. He knew when to go hard, and he knew when to clinch, rest, and reset. So he was dictating the pace of the fight. And eventually, he got the knockout over Zhang Mingyang. It was a very impressive performance. He really showed his power, his durability, and his veteran experience in this fight, getting the win over a young, hungry Zhang Mingyang, who was looking for redemption. I think a good next fight for Alonzo is Dominic Reyes. Let's see if Alonzo can have a career resurgence like Reyes a couple years ago, and see how far he can take this victory. And for Zhang Mingyang, after 2 bad losses in a row, I think he needs to take a step back. He has been fighting killers at the top 15. There's no shame losing to Johnny Walker, no shame losing to Alonzo Manningfield. But now he needs to take some time to rebuild and also rebuild his confidence as well. So I think a good next fight for Zhang Mingyang is against Dr. Nurgojay. If Zhang Mingyang is ready to return in 3 months, then they can put this fight on the Shanghai card in August. And in the flyweight division, it was looking good for Sumu against Alex Perez. Alex was going hard in the first round, but Sumu was composed and stayed patient, and he defended the takedown well. And in the second round, Sumu was able to drop Alex Perez with a 1-2, and it was turning out to be a great scrap between the two men until a kick to the groin stopped everything. Sumu accidentally kicked Alex Perez in the groin, and the fight was stopped and eventually turned into a no contest after Alex Perez couldn't continue. So it was a shame for Sumu because it was his chance to break into the top 15. I think the UFC should run this one back. Originally, I thought they could put this on the Shanghai card in August. But then after the fight, I learned that Sumu actually came into this fight injured. He had a fractured toe coming into this fight. So now I'm not sure if he can be ready for the Shanghai card in August. If not, I think the UFC should still rebook this fight and maybe put them on the card later this year. In the heavyweight division, Sergey Pavlovich got a great win, a knockout win over Taliesin Teixeira in the first round, looking like his old self again. However, I don't think this win will get him into title contention just yet, but I think his next fight should be against the loser between Alex Pereira and Cyril Gane at the White House card. And in the bantamweight division, Kai Asakura finally got his first UFC win by knocking out Cameron Smotherman in the first round. Kai looked explosive, he looked fast in this weight class, and he did exactly what he needed to do in this matchup. It was a quick win for Kai and he wasn't hurt at all, so I think the UFC should give him a fast turnaround and put him back on the August card in Shanghai, and they should put him in against a top 15 talent. I think Kai Asakura should take on the number 10 ranked Marlon Chito Vera. And if Chito is not willing to travel to China, I think they should put him in against the number 14 ranked Haroni Barcelos. That should be a great scrap as well. And Jake Matthew had a dominant win over Carson Harris, both on the feet and on the ground. And now he has won 4 out of his last 5, and arguably on a 5-5 win streak. So we have to give him a top 15 opponent next. I say give him the number 9 ranked Joaquin Buckley. If not, then give him MVP, who's ranked at number 13. I think it will be a great fight for Jake Matthews, and let's see if he can break into the top 15. In the prelims, Luis Felipe Diaz had a great knockout win over Isaac Lee. Let's put Diaz against Cody Brundage next. And in the welterweight division, Jose Henrique defeated Ding Mong by split decision. Henrique controlled the distance well and he had really good movement. He stayed long and really frustrated Ding Mong. He was able to land the better shots after Ding Mong was frustrated and tried to chase him down. He was getting countered a lot. I say let's put Henrique back against another rangy striker in Chidi Njokuani. And in the bantamweight division, I was really impressed with Cody Haddon's performance. He didn't show any ring rust after a year and a half away from the octagon. He was fast, he was smart, he was strategic. He took the easiest path to victory. He didn't try to stand with Ari Shilin. He took him down and controlled him with superior grappling, and then eventually find the finish with the knees in the clinch. Cody Haddon really showed that he is a top prospect in this division. For Cody's next fight, let's give him someone that can test him in the grappling department. Let's give him Cody Durden, and let's see if he can pass the grappling test. Ray Saruya had a really great performance after a year away, submitting Luis Gurule in the first round. Let's give him a step up in competition now. I say match him up with someone in the top 15 next. Let's give him a veteran and see if he can pass that test. I think a good next fight for Ray Saruya will be against Tim Elliott. And Angela Hill also had a great performance with her dominant win over the former one strawweight champion Xiong Jingnan. Angela Hill really showed her stand-up skills when the opponent is not trying to take her down. She was fast, she was hitting her with combinations. She was just dominant overall in the striking contest and showed that there's level in this game in the UFC. Angela Hill has fought almost everyone in the top 15. So I say let's pair her up with Jacqueline Amorim, who also had a great win on this fight card as well. So Angela Hill versus Jacqueline Amorim should be the next fight for both women. And finally, Rodrigo Vera defeated Zhu Kangjie with an impressive finish. First, knocking him down with a left hook and then swarmed him for the finish. It was a great debut by Vera and showed that he is a top prospect to watch in the featherweight division. For his next fight, I think Rodrigo Vera should take on Giga Chikadze. It will be a banger of a fight between these two very aggressive fighters. So this is my reaction to UFC Macau. Let me know in the comment below which fight was your favorite fight. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Until next time.